You've probably seen clips like this all over the media, but have you ever considered the possibility that a tsunami could hit closer to home?
Tsunamis happen all over the world.
For better understanding, let's go back to the basics.
A tsunami is a series of waves formed in an ocean or body of water by
Earthquakes,
Volcanoes,
landslides,
explosions,
and meteorites.
The earthquakes occur due to a shift in plate tectonics, causing tsunamis to occur near plate boundaries.
As a tsunami comes towards the shore, the bottom slows down due to friction as it hits the rise in the sea floor shelf. The back of the wave is still moving at high speeds, causing the back to catch up to the front, making the surf crash on the shore.
It's kind of like a football pileup. One falls down and the rest just follow.
Contrary to belief, the large waves that the media shows hitting coastlines do not actually form until they reach the shore. In fact, a tsunami is unnoticeable at sea.
Now let's apply this to real life.
The most famous tsunami in recent history occurred on December 26, 2004. A 9.3 magnitude earthquake caused the tsunami, which was the largest earthquake in 40 years. The tsunami hit the west coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra, killing over 200,000 people.
Other recent tsunamis have occurred in New Zealand, Russia, and South America.
You have probably not heard of most of these tsunamis because they're not close to home, but have you ever considered a tsunami hitting the east coast of the United States?
Let's see what Skidmore College students have to say about this possibility.
The first question that we asked was, how many tsunamis have hit globally this year so far?
6, 7.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I haven't heard about any zero, but I'm going to say 2.
5.
6.
I heard recently 4. 2.
And the correct answer is 4.
Second question was, where do most tsunamis occur?
One that happened in South Asia.
No, I would say in the ocean. Yeah.
And the correct answer is along plate boundaries, like the Ring of Fire.
Next, we tried to see if students knew any basic information about tsunamis. We asked, what is a tsunami? What are their causes?
The tectonic plates shift. There's like a whole lot of water being shoved up or being brought down quickly, and it creates a depression. Then the waves arc up, and when it hits the shoreline, all the water that's been pushed up from the volcanic action gets shoved up onto the shore, and it's just really intense, and it goes up on shoreline.
Awesome. Is it just like a tropical depression that kind of goes crazy, or like there's an earthquake involved? Or maybe. I don't know. It's a very awful monsoon.
The fourth question was, is the East Coast in danger of a tsunami?
I think it's in a lot of danger because it's on the volcanic circle, the Ring of Fire. No. Yes.
To answer this question, we went to a professional.
Well, not only is it possible, it's also will eventually happen. It's just a question of when. As most things in geology, it's not if, it's when. The problem isn't only during an eruption. It can also cause a tsunami at any point just by the volcano falling apart. All volcanoes are inherently unstable, and they're basically giant mountains of rock and dirt, and they want to fall apart. And so when a giant piece of volcano falls off and goes into the ocean, it displaces all this water and eventually causes a tsunami. The problem with the Canary Islands is they're falling apart right now. So if it could happen any day, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen 20 years from now, 200 years from now, or 2,000 years from now, but we really don't know when. Another problem is also during the eruptions, if you have a lot of ash that, like a pyroclastic flow that flows down the side of the volcano and enters into the ocean, it can again displace a lot of water and cause a tsunami. So keep your eyes out. If you hear about anything happening in the Canary Islands, you might want to get away from the East Coast.
Surprisingly, the East Coast has already been hit by tsunamis in the past. History shows that the East Coast was hit in 1929 from an earthquake that occurred off the Grand Banks and hit Newfoundland. In addition, the East Coast felt the effects of the tsunami that hit the Sumatra's coast in 2004.
Here are other locations of past tsunamis.
Want to prepare for the worst? Here's how.
Find out if your home is in a danger area. Know the height of your street compared to sea level, as well as the distance from the coast.
If you're near the coast and feel an earthquake or rumble, that could be a sign of a tsunami, since most tsunamis are caused by earthquakes. If you notice a rise or fall in the water, this can be a sign that a tsunami is near.
Make plans in case a tsunami is a possibility. Pick a location inland that is elevated that you can go to. Make sure you know all the evacuation routes, because one could be blocked.
Turn off gas, electricity, and water.
Find a radio station to listen to for official information.
Have a plan for family members to gather, because parents might be at work and kids at school, so pick a place to meet.
Following are recommended disaster supplies.
Flashlight and extra batteries.
A portable battery-operated radio.
First aid kit and manual.
Emergency food and water.
Essential medicines.
Cash and credit cards.
And sturdy shoes.
Luckily,
there are alarm systems in place that would warn us if there was a tsunami. The tsunami alarm system receives earthquake and tsunami warning information from a multiplicity of seismic measuring stations and tsunami warning stations from different countries all over the world.
Seismic sensors measure earthquakes. Pressure and speed sensors in the ocean assess fast changes in water quantities in the sea.
the tsunami alarm system works everywhere in the world covered by the GSM network, or Global System for Mobile Communications. Even in the poorest developing countries and in remote areas, the GSM network is usually just as well developed as in highly developed countries.
So now that we've covered some basic tsunami information,
we hope that you will all be better prepared in your future if you ever encounter a tsunami.
This is not just a warning for activity on the East Coast, but for anywhere you may plan to travel in the future.